Now, in this video, we will going to discuss about reading or writing the single dimensional arrays. Say for example, if you are considering int A5, here memory 5 integers is reserved and each item in the array can be accessed by specifying the index. Using A0 through A4, we can access 5 integers. Now, in general, if you are considering using A0 through A of n-1, because if you say A5 and it is only for A0 to A4. If it is 5, n is equal to 5 when you apply, so n 5 minus 1 becomes 4, so A0 through A4. We can access the data scanf %d within quotes ampersand A0, scanf %d ampersand A1, like that. So when you come to the general form, scanf %d and ampersand A of n-1. In general, scanf %d and A of I, where I is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on to n-1. So if you want to read that, for I is equal to 0, I is equal to less than or equal to n-1, then I plus plus. So this is the initialization, this is the end condition, and this is the increment. So scanf %d ampersand A of I, or you can also, if you are using for I is equal to 0, I is less than or equal to n, I plus plus, then scanf %d and ampersand A of I. So this is how we can be able to place the general form of the scanf statement. Now we will going to consider similarly to display the n data items through a stored array by using scanf and by printf. So for I is equal to 0, I is less than or equal to n, I plus plus. So open the parenthesis and printf %d and ei. So this is here we have to have only ei. So now program to read the n items from the keyboard and to display n elements on the monitor. So include stdio.h, include conio.h. So then we have a main function, then CLR is the clear screen, then here int we will going to declare the variable as n and also A of array of 10 elements and I. Printf enter the number of items, then scanf read that number, then enter n elements. So what are the n elements? For I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, then open the parenthesis and then you say scanf %d ampersand A of I, then printf, then you say the printf n elements or so and so. For printf %d/t and ampersand, here ampersand will not be there, you just comma ai and then get ch function and then write the output. So this is how we will be able to not only read the data and also we can print the data. So now we will go for how this program will going to work in the C program. So first we will going to log into Turbo C++. Then here first we will say include stdio.h .h, then include conio.h, then we will going to have the main function, then open the flower parenthesis, then say CLR SCR, then first you declare the variable as int, then n A of 10 elements, then comma I, then printf enter the number of items, then /n and then read the rate statement scanf %d and ampersand A of I. So I'm reading all the elements of the array. Scanf, so here enter the number of items, so it is an n number of items. So that means how much I have to decide, how many number of items I need to enter. Then you're going to get printf slash s enter n elements slash n, then scanf, read those elements first, so %d and a of I. So to do that, here we are entering the element in the array. So to do that, first I will go for this, then you come to this and say scanf %d and ampersand a of I, then you close this, so enter. Now when you want to do like this, here what happens is we have just entering the elements in a loop. So since I need to have the multiple numbers I need to enter and I need to read all the elements, so we have to enter into a for loop. For I is equal to 0, I is less than n, then I plus plus, then you enter. So here initialization I is equal to 0, then the end condition and then the increment. And then once you enter into the loop, then if I is equal to 0, it will reach the value of A0. If I is equal to 1, reach the value of A1. I is equal to 2, reach the value of 2. If I is equal to n, reach the value of an. So then once it reads, then we need to print this. So to do that, printf, then enter the n elements are slash n. So here again we need to read or print each and every element which you have been entered, so that I will going to have a for loop again. For I is equal to 0, I is less than n, then I plus plus, then enter into the loop, then write printf here %d, and there in our presentation we have an ampersand a of I. You don't give the ampersand, you just type a of I and then say close it, then you just close the loop and get ch function, and then finally you just give the close parenthesis. Now when you run this, so you're going to get the enter the number of items. I will going to enter 5 number of items. So enter the elements. I will say 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Then see what happens. The n elements are, it is like this, it will going to be entered 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So here the main reason why it is happening like this, because we have not given between the elements to have a tab. So to do that, so since we have to give only in the printf statement, you just give \t and then you just enter it again. Then if you have the enter the number of elements, I will say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Then you can see the n elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Suppose if you want to give a gap between the reading the values of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and the n elements are, then what you need to give here is I need to give one printf statement. So where you can say the printf slash within the quotes \n and close the quotes and say semicolon. If you say enter the n elements is fine. So I will say 10, I will say 20, then 30, then 40, then 50. So here the n elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is how you will be able to get this thing which will going to be written. So here what I need to do is, instead of giving this printf here, we will going to provide the printf at this point. So here we will say printf slash \n and say quotes, and we are going to leave this here. So now you can see the things which will going to be like what we want. So enter the n elements 5, enter n elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then the n elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is how the final display will going to be takes place. How this will going to gives the result. So here the moment when you enter the number of items, what we are doing is enter the number of items is 5. Then I want to read the element of the 5 items. So per scanf, enter n elements. So I want to enter the n elements. So which are those? N is equal to 5. So first initialize the value of I is equal to 0. Once it value of I is equal to 0, is 0 is less than 5, yes, then enter into the loop, then read that A0 value. A0 value is 10, then it increments I plus plus. That means I is equal to I plus 1. That means 0 plus 1 becomes 1. Is 1 is less than 5? Yes, then read that A1 value. A1 value is 20. It will read that. Then again, 1 plus 1 becomes 2. Is 2 is less than 5? Read the value of 2. A of 2 is 30. So it will go to read that value. Again, 2 plus 1 becomes 3. Is 3 is less than 5? Yes, then it will read the value of A3, which will going to be 40. Again, 4 plus 1 becomes 5. Is 5 is less than 3 plus 1 becomes 4. Is 4 is less than 5? Yes, reads the value of A4, which will going to be 50. Once it reads that value, then 4 plus 1 becomes 5. Is 5 is less than 5? No. Then printf, it will comes out of the loop and comes to this one. Again, printf, since you have a one line gap, so then again printf and the n elements are, so again it enters into the loop. I is equal to 0, A of 0 value will going to be printed. Then 0 plus 1 becomes 1. Is 1 is less than 5? Yes, read the value of A1, which is 20. It will going to print that. Then 1 plus 1 becomes 2. Is 2 is less than 5? Then it will print the value of A2, which is 30. Then 2 plus 1 becomes 3. 3 is less than 5. Yes, it will going to read the print the value of A3, which is 40. Then 3 plus 1 becomes 4. Is 4 is less than 5? It will going to read that value. It will going to print that value as A4 is equal to 50. Then 4 plus 1 becomes 5. Is 5 is less than 5? No. Then it will going to get to the this loop, comes out of the loop and gets the get character function, and then finally it will going to end. So this is how the program will going to be executed in C, and that is how you will be able to see the output. So in the next video, we will going to continue with the arrays and functions. Thank you.